Welcome to part 1 of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So I've played the first little bit of the game so far. And I've been meaning to do like a playthrough where I give commentary of something, and I figured what better place to start than the successor to Castlevania. So here we go, I'll start a new file. I guess I gotta go with normal. Okay. So far I'm pretty impressed actually, because it doesn't just seem to be taken from Symphony of the Night. As you'll see, the shard system is essentially the soul system from Araya and Dawn of Sorrow. And there's also a crafting system reminiscent of what Curse of Darkness had. But I'll get more into that when we get to the part where it's relevant.
But not all welcomed the change. In 1783, just as the fires of the Laki eruption had plunged all of Europe into an ashen darkness, a horde of demons.
My only complaint so far, though, is there's quite a bit of exposition right at the beginning, before you actually get to play.
The Alchemy Guild, fearing the rise of industrialism and abandonment by their wealthy patrons, had done the unthinkable to defend their existence. Through recondite arts, the alchemists had created shard binders, humans transplanted with crystal that attuned them to demonic power. They sacrificed the shard binders, and in doing so threw the gates of the world open to demonkind.
But like the music already, it just sounds like Castlevania.
Died. And though the church succeeded in vanquishing the Hell's End, a steep price had already been paid and collected. As for the shard binders, they were presumed to have all died in the sacrificial rite. However, two survived. Jeeble, a boy for whom by some miracle the rite did not prove fatal.
Would that be a miracle or a curse?
And Miriam, a girl who was spared the rite altogether on account of the strange slumber that took her just before it could begin. 10 years had passed. Mankind too soon forgets tragedy. The demons have returned, presaged by a great castle. And on this very hour,
and if if people are interested in watching this, there's another game that I've been meaning to do some videos on, called 20XX. I mean, we all know about the Minor Number 9 debacle with an indie-developed Mega Man clone, but 20XX is an indie-developed, I guess you would say, tribute to the Mega Man X series, where you have two characters to start with, Nina and I think Axel is the other guy, and one of them plays like X, the other plays like Zero. But yeah, I'll get to that if people have any interest in seeing it. I was really surprised though, because I wasn't really following much of this game's development. I wanted to go in blind. And I'm really surprised that Miriam is the main character.
No mistake.
Because in, I think Curse of the Moon was the name of the 8-bit Castlevania 3 throwback.
So hard to believe.
Miriam was the second playable character, and she played like a Belmont, with the slide, the whip.
I know.
I'm just surprised that that character is the one that
the facts are apparent.
Becomes the main character in the Metroidvania.
And the hell he endured 10 years ago would break the best of souls. Miriam, I want you to know.
So I suppose that is kind of fitting, considering that Alucard first appeared in Castlevania 3, playing with a classic playstyle, though not like a Belmont, and then became the beginning of the Metroidvania style.
You always took care of us.
Obviously, not enough.
Well, let it go, Johannes. We need to focus on the task ahead.
But my real question here,
responsible for the summoning.
With this voice acting, are we going to get our what is a man moment?
I ought to do it.
Hopefully accompanied by a wine glass being smashed.
But I'm the only one who can. The shard experiments prepared me for combat. Let them amount to something. 10 whole years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer. All I know is the spell that stopped time for you was...
As I said, there's quite a bit of exposition before you actually start
playing. By observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to.
But I don't want to skip it in case anyone actually wants to follow the story.
Oh, I see.
We'll make landfall soon. You should get ready. I had the chest there packed with essential equipment. Now would be a good time to put it on.
Alright, here we go. And there's one thing that I really appreciated is, like in Symphony of the Night, you had, you could input different buttons, like, say, the Hadouken input from Street Fighter, to do, like, secret moves. And this game has those, but they're bound to different weapon types. And I don't really fully understand it yet, because, say, there's one whip I've got that can do a special move, but another can't. I'm not quite sure how you tell that without just testing them. But yeah, I'll show you right now with the Kung Fu shoes. The game actually tells you how to do this one pretty quickly, but
the next order of business is to...
You don't seem to actually have to have found the instructions for a secret technique to be able to do it. As I've discovered a few just by screwing around with different buttons. See, like here, that's the normal attack. But there is you do a Hadouken input to do that kind of attack. And here's what I was talking about, the shard system. I mean, this one was scripted, and I think the next one is too, but when you kill enemies, you have a rare chance of absorbing a shard, which will give you an ability from that enemy. And there are different classes of shards, like here, this is a projectile that I use with the triangle button. And this is essentially the soul system from Araya and Dawn of Sorrow.
Uninvited claws,
which I really appreciate, because I've been trying to play through Araya on a emulator for ages now, because my GBA doesn't work. And I got up to the Headhunter and just the touchscreen controls are just not workable. Or maybe I just suck, but anyway.
The procedure you discovered halted the corruption.
It did, but that doesn't guarantee you'll be safe if you start absorbing shards in massive quantities.
And they keep making hints that there's some dangerous side to absorbing shards, because if you absorb multiple of the same shard, it increases its power.
You can help me.
But you can also level up shards with the crafting system. There's a separate grade and rank for each shard. And the rank, it'll tell you what getting a higher rank will do, and you get that. I'm not sure if it's grade or rank, but one of them is the one you get for absorbing more of the same shard. It tells you what that upgrades. Upgrading it through crafting doesn't, so I assume that's just a damage boost.
Thanks for giving me a just promise you won't...
Shit, I skipped part of that. Oh well.
How did they get inside?
I mean, they burst through the fucking wall. You saw that.
The demons from the castle must have infested the ship.
Then they can help me wake up these muscles of mine. I'll wipe the deck with them.
Alright, finally. I'm gonna switch back to the knife, because it's short range, but that's what I tend to go with in the early hours of Castlevania, like Symphony of the Night anyway. Because it's fast. The damage output and the range might be low, but you can just keep attacking over and over again. And that right there is the shard I have. And these mana roses, they're how you regenerate your MP, as it just said. You know, we got chests all over the place. You can just open up your menu here, go into your inventory, and use healing items.
This device responds to magic. Maybe I just need to hold my hand up to it.
This kind of confuses me because... Oh, you just tilt the stick. Shit, I've been doing it wrong. Because there's another type of shard that you can use with the R2 button, that you can aim it. And just look at these visuals. I mean, I was expecting at best something that looks like the Dracula X Chronicles, the 2.5D PSP remake of what was it called? Rondo of Blood, which off topic, but if I'm not mistaken, that was actually the very first time that Rondo got an English release, because both Symphony of the Night and the original Rondo of Blood were unlockable in that game. I mean, it's since become available on one of Nintendo's eShops. I don't know which one because I don't have any Nintendo consoles these days. And it's available on PS4 in the Requiem collection with Symphony. Nope. There's a secret technique for knives where you can throw them, but it doesn't appear to work with this one. And like that halite, or however you pronounce it, that's what I was talking about with the crafting system. Shit. There we go. And just to show you archives here. That kit. Wait, that's not the same one that I had before. Let me try that out again. Oh yeah, I gotta have the shoes equipped. But that menu will show you any secret techniques you've learned. Alright, let's see. Oh, I don't have enough MP. I'll wait till I get to a save room where I can freely restore my MP to check it out. But did I equip, no I didn't. The rusted ring. Certain things actually do change your character model too, which I really appreciate. Because it always kind of bugged me that you couldn't really change how Alucard looked in Symphony apart from his cape. Alright. They really do throw a lot of treasure chests at you in this early part. Sometimes you only get like 10 gold out of one, and it's like, what was the point of that? I could have just broken a shelf and got that. I mean, a candle or a lamp. See, like, this book right here. Oh, it's not the one I was thinking about. Okay, it just shows you different attributes. But, there's a bookcase you can find that tells you that first secret technique. Now that we're at a save point, I'll see if I can figure out how to do that secret move again better. There we go. You have to input it again. Okay, so you do the Duke and input 3 times in a row with the attack, and you do the triple kick. Okay. Guess I gotta leave the room to reset again. But yeah, every time I get a new weapon, I just start experimenting, because a lot of them do seem to have an attack that uses that same input, and then it just shows up in your techniques. A lot like how Alucard could use Dracula's classic fireball attack, or... That's the only one that's really coming to mind. He also had that blood metamorphosis where bleed damage would cause you to heal. But you know, only certain enemies actually bleed, right? Still, I always thought that was a nice nod, nice touch, because you're a vampire, or, well, a half vampire anyway. There we go. And yeah, that shard right there is also scripted, because I got that both times. And now I can use this aim. That's what I was doing wrong before. I kept thinking you had to hold R2 and then aim. But yeah, you just aim with the right analog stick, then just press R2 to fire. And since they're different types of ability, I have both shards equipped right now. One thing I totally forgot to check for, though, on my first run through this area is hidden walls. Because I've already found one later on, and I got something fucking awesome for my exploration. But I won't spoil that. I'll show you guys when we get there. But I have to say, with the Castlevania anime, the Requiem, and the anniversary collections, I really have to wonder, what does Konami have up their sleeves? And whatever it is, they've got their fucking work cut out for them to try and compete with this. So I was also thinking, what if Konami actually isn't planning anything to do with a new Castlevania? What if they just knew with all the Bloodstained hype, they'd be able to just, you know, profit off that by releasing a bunch of old Castlevania shit to profit off the hype that's being built for this game? And if so, well played, Konami, but come on, give us something. Or rather, at this point, I don't care, because, yeah, just let this team keep making them. They've already proven that they know what they're doing. Where Konami, yeah, when was the last time we could say that? But either way, I'm excited to see if Konami does do something with the series. And if they do, what form it'll take. But I really just want more of the Metroidvanias in the collection, because the only one we have that's gotten a modern re-release is Symphony. Personally, I would love to get Curse of Darkness, but I highly doubt we'll ever get that because a lot of people didn't like the 3D games. But I always thought Curse of Darkness and Lament of Innocence, the one that basically showed the origin story of Dracula and the Belmont clan, were pretty goddamn fantastic games. And I would say that I want Araya and Dawn re-released, but I mean, this game basically has that. What made them unique. Right here, this is what I was talking about with the different journals. And this one shows me what weapons I can do it with. Actually, let me just check. No, see, it just tells me it can be done with shoes, but not which shoes. That mastery meter, I don't know what that's for. I don't know what you get for filling it, so I guess we'll have to find out, won't we? And unlike Symphony, where it seemed like a lot of the equipment you got was kind of crap by the time you got it, it seems like you can actually try and make different builds in this game. Which I'm quite interested to experiment with. And I can't get over there yet, so just keep going. Come on, get back here. I want to kill you. I want to see what I get. Oh, I was kind of hoping I'd get its soul, but oh well. I do quite like that level up effect. It's flashy, but not too flashy, and it's over fast enough that it's not irritating. And from what I've played so far, you do level up quite a bit. I really appreciate the way they had the boss just burst in on you like that. Something I really wasn't expecting, and there we go, hidden wall. with a safe ring, but as you'll see here, I don't want to equip that because it gives me a huge defense boost, but it drops my attack by 10 points. So you know what? Since I got less than 10 attack, let's see what it does. Let's see if I still do damage with 0 attack. I do 1 damage. And that food system will play into, there's side quests in this game. Which I think really adds a lot more to it, you know, instead of just exploring and killing things, you actually have reasons to go back to areas beyond just collecting things you might have missed. Speaking of which, let me just kill these assholes and see if there's anything I missed in this area. And there we go, I'm just, see, now it's grade 2 because I've absorbed 2 of that shard, and it's just ranked and increases the duration. But this looks like a breakable wall. Let's see what's over here. And with that ingredient system, you can make healing items, right? But the first time you eat a food item that you haven't eaten before, you get what I assume is a permanent stat boost, which is also another nice touch. And here we see another system. I'm not really a fan of it so far. You've got guns, and you've got infinite rounds that do very little damage, but you can also equip different types of rounds. But you run out of them. And you can also find collectibles that increase how much you can hold. But before I go any further, let me just check the map, see if there's any areas that I haven't gone to yet before I get out of here. See, that's with the good bullet. Well, not good, but, you know, not infinite bullets. Let me show you what it does with an infinite bullet. See, maybe it's just that I've got a crap gun and crap bullets, but I just don't find it that good. Considering that to do that kind of damage, I need to actually use resources. I'd rather just stick to my melee options. There doesn't appear to be a secret technique I can do with that. Alright, where am I going? Shit. Oh, sweet. Item! Shit. Out of MP. Well, I guess guns would be helpful for those kind of situations. I don't know, I just feel that because the guns are themselves stat-based and then have stat-based bullets that work with them, it just feels weird to have them used as a main equipped weapon instead of some kind of like sub-weapon deal. But whatever. Not like I have... Besides, you can just pause and switch whenever you want anyway, so... Now, why can't I get up there? I was sure I did before, but oh well. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Let's get this done and over with. I'll go up to the first boss, I think, and then I'll leave that for the end of this part. You know, I don't want to have these videos running on too long, but if people are actually interested in watching it, and if you want, I might decide to just do maybe, I don't know, half-hour, hour-length videos, I don't know. See if anyone's interested in even watching this, first of all. But if anyone else has played this game so far, let me know what you think so far of it. Because I'm really liking it, but that's just me, right? And here, you see that we can push boxes. But I gotta say, I really love the visual effect of the water, the rain spilling on everything. There's another touch that I'll mention in a bit that I love about this opening stage. It's a minor spoiler, which won't be an issue once I finish this opening area. So I'll save it till then. Yeah, that was weird how the audio just cut out there. Wow, swords suck compared to your fucking magical powers. One thing though, I haven't got yet, and I already had it by this point in my other little run that I did, was the whip. I don't have that yet, which really kind of surprises me. I guess that area that I couldn't get to had it. Did I break a box or something that I was supposed to jump on? I already forget. Oh well, I can get something better pretty quickly anyway.
So, Sleeping Beauty, you've decided to awaken.
Is that,
Jeeble, tell me you didn't do this.
Shit, I can't remember the name.
It doesn't make any sense.
How does it not? After all the sins humans wrought upon us.
Is that Liam O'Brien voicing him?
Johannes told me what they did to you. And you're right, it's
Nah, his
horrible.
voice is a bit
But what you're doing now
deeper.
is just as bad.
No! No, there you are very wrong. What the alchemists did was reshuffle our bodies.
Bodies are playing cards.
What I
Good to
intend
know.
do is reshuffle the world. I'd say I've earned the right. Join me, Miriam. You're the only one who understands the pain I feel. What it's like to no longer be human.
What?
They actually do quite a nice bit of character building from what I've seen so far.
I was the one that came
Just
to
playing
you,
off what we see in this scene in a little bit.
I was a monster. And you told me...
This is nonsense.
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad. Our choices do. I'd given up on my humanity, but you restored my hope.
Speaking of giving up on humanity, found the good old stone mask pretty quickly. Doesn't appear that you can actually, you know, Dio yourself with it, but still, I love that they kept that little nod in there.
Master Jeeble, we must return.
Yes.
What I want to know, though, is this going to be a situation like Symphony of the Night where Richter was being, where Richter appeared to be the villain, but if you had those 2 special items before you fought him, you could see Shaft floating behind him, and if you destroyed Shaft instead of killing Richter during that fight, you would essentially unlock the second half of the game and have to go through the inverted castle, collecting Dracula's body parts to face him in the final battle, which, by the way, is another element that game kind of took from Castlevania 2.
Miriam, I tire of reminiscing with you.
I really find it funny how Symphony of the Night is essentially what Castlevania 2 tried to do and failed.
Then first prove you can find me. Along the way, you'll have no choice but to absorb shards and avail yourself of the powers of hell.
And that's sounding an awful lot like Curse of Darkness, what Isaac said to Hector. That Hector had given up his devil-forging powers, and that Isaac would force him to step back into the darkness if he wanted revenge for killing Rosalie, which there's another little Easter egg nod that I want to touch on later about that, but I'll wait.
To be human at the end of it all, then perhaps I might be more inclined to listen.
So is that what's going to happen here? Is that she's going to be slowly corrupted across the game, and then they're going to try to use her as the host for some new demon or something?
Come, Gregory. We're leaving.
Deeble, wait!
And was that the way that it just sort of swallowed him into a moon? Was that... This might be a stretch, but was that a Vanilla Ice reference? Oh yeah, that doesn't go very far. Shit. That's the first time I've been hit by that. Shit. Dodge one and roll right into the next. Damn it, die already. Shit. You know what? Oh, I do have the whip. When the fuck did I pick that up? There we go. Yeah. Gotta strike a pose. Come on. There we go. Pose struck.
I saw it. Just a flicker. That was the Jeeble I know. I will put a stop to all this.
Alright, well, now that I've got that first boss done, let's just head back to the save room.
Bloodstained.
Good old David Hayter. Much as I love that little title crawl right there, whatever you want to call that, it felt a bit jarring. This, though, is what I wanted to mention. How you start off on that ship as an explorable area, but then when you beat the boss, the ship ends up docked here and you're free to go back to it. So I actually really like that, that it's, you know, it is connected, but it is its own area.
They've moved faster than we hoped.
Instead of it all just being
Alright.
in the castle.
But wait.
Shit, I skipped that.
Let me clear the area. There are still demons about.
So yeah, now the ship is just, I don't know if you want to say docked or crashed, but I can go back now. And if you noticed, I didn't hit the rats with that, but the whip hits them. Alright, well this is part 1. Interested in seeing more of this? Because if people want, I'll do a full playthrough of this game. If not, I'll just play through it myself. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time if you're interested.